Jester. Holiday. Lucky you. Time for some news, I guess. Sure. Yeah. So, there's that saying that sometimes truth is better. No. Stranger. Well, you know the radio plays that I air sometimes, occasionally in the right order. You know the Silver Shroud. It sounds like someone takes them really serious, like maybe too serious. There are reports, I guess, about sightings of the Silver Shroud in the Commonwealth, in Good Neighbor. Anyway, I guess. Oh man, this is so weird. I guess this Silver Shroud is like cleaning up the town or something. One of the residents, a guy named Kent, whose name I should not be saying on the air, he was supposedly rescued by the Shroud. Or at least that's what I heard. So now there's a superhero out there defending justice, I guess. Or at least killing people that hopefully deserve it. Okay, use your imagination, because here's Happy Times by Bob Crosby.
Yo. Yeah, so I was saying I usually listen to music. Hopefully that audio got recorded. Oh, there's the game audio. Alright, no. I'm not making this mistake again. So, how we gonna do this? No camera. Stop notifying me so I can use the freaking menu! Oh, man. The way PlayStation notifications come in, it's the most annoying thing. Yeah. Audio sharing settings. Is there no way to turn down the game audio in the broadcast? I think not. It doesn't look like it. Message to spectators, comments to speech. Wow. Alright. Let me make sure. Oh, I can do this, I think. Setting. Oh, yeah. Cool. Good thing no one's watching. Oh, that would be cool. So we can make it a little... Although... whatever. Fuck it. Alright, that looks great. I want my old thing back. I feel like I'm gonna be pretty proud of myself when this is done. Oh, snap. Bro. Who do you think you are? See, that right there? Okay, so this might be lost on anybody who hasn't been crafting for a while. I'm a little irked that that won't snap. Like, you can go a little into the concrete. It won't kill you. It's fine. What would it cost you to just snap into place there, buddy?
Today, we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we
Yeah!
long after the world above ground.
Oh, wait, actually, before I do that, even
Ensuring that mankind has a future.
slap down one of these
We
bad
have no
boys.
desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your daily lives. We simply insist that you do not interfere with Institute operations. To do so would result in unnecessary difficulties for all parties.
Oh,
Rest easy. Know that the future is underground. And that mankind will thrive under our
too
guidance.
greedy? No, not too greedy. I like that. I've never understood, by the way, what these are for. Makes no sense to me. And by the way, I probably will be in a brighter mood in future videos. I'm just going through a rough patch here, guys. Real life has to, like, I can't change how I feel in real life just because I'm streaming. What I'm saying is I know I'm not in the best mood while I'm streaming, but I have a feeling I will be in better moods for future videos. Don't know really why I'm sharing that. It's kind of a weak thing to say, but it's true. Yo, come on. There you go. Since I already said that, I don't know. Wow, yeah, I just got way too real. I do that. That is so a habit of mine. But the reason why I'm going through a rough patch right now, and the reason I've been crafting my ass off, frankly, is because for work, I'm working with my parents. I'm hesitant to say for my parents, even though I've been totally working for my parents for the last like 4 years, 3-4 years. And it's been alright for those 3-4 years, but recently, like very recently, it's been the fucking worst. My parents are divorced. My dad acts like it, my mom doesn't.
You know that big ship? That, the old sailing ship? The one that's on top of the downtown?
Yeah.
Yes, that ship. Well, I would avoid it if I were you. I mean, more.
And anyway, yeah, so like things have been kind of falling apart. Not like in a violent way, but well, in a me getting yelled at for no fucking reason kind of way.
it's still there. It's just in a different.
And yeah, so I've been all pissed
now.
off and not doing my job.
Yeah.
And doing this instead, which is the perfect form of spite for somebody who works in the real estate industry, because I am still doing real estate. Just not my job, and not really. Just, I'm totally fucking kidding when I say that. So even though it's a little dark,
Life in the Commonwealth.
it's very true. It's what it is, guys. That's why I'm a crafter.
Stupid.
Craft master,
The song
if
is
you
Good
will.
Neighbor by Magnolia, who is,
I want
well,
to do
from
this one out.
Good Neighbor. It's one word as a place, but two words as a title. Here's
Oh,
Magnolia.
good gravy. That looks great. In terms of how far back it is, I don't really want to move it because it goes real nicely into there. I think I actually could move it up a little bit. Yeah, it wouldn't change much. Ooh, I don't know about that. The other thing is it's done. So why change it? And I won't need this at all. Haha. Oh, not even. Wow, yeah, that's freaking awesome, bro. Built 2 roofs, only need 1 roof. Whoops. I'd have to do a lot to get that. Doesn't feel very inside, does it? Oh, I know what I can do. Hell yeah. And since I'm just jiggering everything around, let's do this. Yes. Yeah, that'll still look cool. The one with the thing. Woohoo. Looks all structural. Legit. Hopefully these will go back. Oh no. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Bro. See, now this is really, like, it's the exciting part of the video here. This is like, you gotta get the placement, and it's not easy. This is the only skill element of crafting here. And it's more of like, how much can you take? as opposed to like how good are you? Because I saw it, you saw it go green there for a little second, and you know it wants to, and it wants to, but you just gotta give it what it needs. And what that can be very confusing sometimes. I have seen all types of weird shit happen trying to get placements. And it's like the lamest thing to feel proud about being good at. I'm aware of this. But, you know, whatever, fuck it. Basically. Whoa. And then, I mean, come on, guy. You can't tell me this isn't tight. I mean, you can, but I just won't hear it. I just will be like, that person doesn't know what they're talking about. Should probably do some kind of like roof patio thing here, but that is a start. Actually, might as well just leg it out. So, ooh yeah, this is gonna look all kinds of cool. That's just gonna be where that is. I don't care. Anytime I say I don't care, I'm so clearly lying, by the way. I care a lot to the point of it being way, way too much, and I'm totally aware of that fact. What makes it fun? It's not fun if you don't care. Caring is caring. Mm. You can do like another level here. Oh wait. No. Ooh. No. I hate that. So I love obviously these doors. They're so cool. It's like a glass door. The fucking issue is that the warehouse level is different. It's like 1.5 of, or 1 1/5 of the level of like a story of concrete, wood, or metal housing. The warehouse is just taller. You can actually make stuff look a little cool by making it like offset like that. I don't have any good examples in view from here, but it's cool. Just a real bitch a whole lot of the time. Cause see, I've done a lot of this elsewhere, like, oh yeah, just take the stairs up and then you're in, but it's stupid. Alright, so none of that. And this would actually look cool. Oh, no. I've never even built a structure like this. This is actually gonna look sweet. Metal warehouse. Woohoo, yeah. Work. Do a little working. Wow. I'm out of wood. Wow. I don't know how I let this happen. With who? The girl next door, you know? I don't know what to do. Say it wasn't you. Alright. Man, so I am doing way more random shit than I thought I would be doing during these recordings. I don't see a lot of YouTubers doing that. Didn't think it was something I would be doing as a YouTuber. Don't know how people will react to it. Don't know if people will ever react to it. But it beats the hell out of just crafting here on my lonely. I do love this. I love sharing my passion for crafting with the world. It is true.
Skeeter Davis.
That shouldn't
A
really be
name
an
I
issue.
still find confusing.
Go. Do your thing. Do your thing.
So, probably the biggest news in, well,
What the fuck?
ever.
It must be the double
The Brotherhood of Steel has,
One will be harder to
well, they
put
were
back
beaten
than
pretty
this
badly, and it sounds pretty certain that
one. There it is.
Institute was
Please
responsible.
blink its think.
The, Boston Airport is, well, the Brotherhood airship seems to have, crashed right into it. So now, I guess,
You do your
the
thing.
Institute...
These curved walls, I love them. I don't know
is
why,
in charge,
like,
since,
I feel this way, but
there's no one who can really
I just
stop
feel like they just come through so clutch
that
when you really need like a
hold
placement.
that message they sent.
Like you're like, there's no way this fancy pants curved cement wall is gonna want to stick here next to all this other stuff. It's a curved wall. I mean, it's such a big deal,
In the meantime,
but it always does. Just
escapism.
humble, down to earth curved walls,
Play some music.
and that is really how
Well, it's
insane
Ella Fitzgerald.
I am now. I'm just not. I'm not here anymore. I'm sorry. I've gone. I've left the stratosphere. Oh, buddy, that is looking tough. Make it a little bigger. With who? With who? The girl next door, you know? Man, I don't know what to do. Say what to do. I will never forget listening to that listening to that song in the car when I was 9 years old and being like, damn, we got sex on the way to school today. I knew what the fuck that song was about. My cousins in New Jersey told me all about it. I want to sound cool and be like, and no one else knew, and I was the only one who knew. Nah, probably everybody knew. That's just what it was. It was time for songs about sex, and now, and forever. Whoa, wait, where were you gonna go? I mean, I love it, but why? Man, I wish I did something video games wise that people could watch. I'm just like thinking about somebody watching this and being like, no, don't do it. You don't want to watch this. I'm thinking, like, hopefully crafting in Fallout catches on. I do think it's really rewarding. And, like, if people did it, there could totally be a community around this, like a really goofy one. But, man, see, this plays into, like, when I play video games, I sit down to nerd the fuck out and not be cool at all. That's not what everyone's doing nowadays. It's so weird to me. It's like, yeah, let's get it. Woo, yeah. Pew, 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 pew. What the fuck? That's what real sports are for. Oh my god. Spilled coffee all over my shit. Well, ball don't lie. Clearly, karmically, I'm off there. Wow, I spilled on my remote and my fucking phone. Nothing. No chill. I think that was God telling me that I have no swag. Yeah, but anyway, I think there could be a total community for crafting in Fallout. It's just this, it's stale. It's like a really stale way to play. And I don't think I would have really been into doing this if I were younger or at like a different place in my life. But I don't know. And I think it could be fun if people got like, not competitive, but like, see, that's why, this is really what I'm trying to articulate here. It's like crafting is cool because it's not competitive. You're just trying to build something that you like. And you could get competitive about it. And actually, if you want to think about competitive gaming, it's like, to me, the best arena for competitive gaming. Because instead of just worrying about the score in the exact same game every time, like say Rocket League, for example, which I like. Like, I love Rocket League because, you know, the physics and it's fun and just conceptually it's so cool to be doing that. But man, that couldn't have been a worse spill, really. I got the remote phone coaster, which is now going to be stained forever. God, what a spill. And I don't do that shit a lot. I'm nervous. It's good practice, then. I'm nervous for nobody. Think about how I'll be when stakes are high. But yeah, so like, I've always, when I started crafting in Fallout, A, I thought more people would do it. B, I thought that the people doing it wouldn't be so like whack, frankly. Like, all of the crafting, no, there are some really dope crafting channels on YouTube, but it's like 2 of them. And all the other ones are like, wow, I built this crazy shit. Like, fucking chill, Jesus Christ. It takes a long time to do this, and why are you being so whack? But yeah, so that's how I feel. And to me, I was really excited for this when I saw it, because I was like, oh, there's a possibility. I don't know if people will go in for this, but that there's a somewhat competitive, but mostly just like collaborative community where people share their settlements and try to make like, basically remake the video game world from the player's point of view. Like, build the stuff that would be cool as a player. And again, not trying to be better than the developers, but just like have that added to the game. Like, obviously this feature was put here by somebody, and it's not like I'm creating that much. But to make creativity part of video game play, like, that was super exciting to me. And honestly, I'm disappointed. I feel like that didn't really happen. And what sprang up in that space are these kind of like wacky crafting videos, like, look what I can build. Like, there's way more exciting ways to turn up than with faux structure. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what makes that cool. But whatever. Clearly, I'm not cool myself, so whatever the fuck. That's so odd looking. Okay, first of all, this I should be able to do at an angle. The second one. Should be able to do that one at an angle. You let me do that in the past. This is why I said earlier there's like 2 rules to crafting, because like, here's a rule. You're supposed to be able to snap metal walls together at a 90-degree angle. That is very fully a thing, but it's just not happening right now. And actually, let's do this here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love some Louis Jordan? Am I right? I am, because Louis Jordan rules. at me. Well, they thought he might be dead or destroyed. Glad you're back, Nick. Even though we never really talked, like ever. Roy Brown is back with good rockin' tonight.
Cool.
I guess.
Is it straight?
You wouldn't bother singing about it if the rockin' wasn't all that great. Like average rockin'.
More or less. Okay. Go off it that way. Man. So bang. Hey. Oh my god. That's my baby. Caroline, you divine. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. Oh, so that side is open, that side is covered. Good to know. This shouldn't be so hard. I'm being retarded. That's why I'm getting mad. Also, the snapping is not helping me right now. I shouldn't have moved it, I don't think. 'Cause that looks great there. Yeah, I could just do this. I really care that that's exposed. Oh, and the roofs. That's how you do it. Duh. What a tard I was being. Yeah, so apologize again for just being like negative all the time in this video. I've just been negative all the time as a person for like a year and a half. It's not good at all, but I'm brightening up. I'm getting happier. So hopefully, as I record more and more videos, I'll become happier and happier, and bitching will become less of a thing on this channel. But I also say that because like today, nah, like I just don't feel like being positive. And I am sorry. I should totally be positive. But again, nah. Speaking of nah. No! Whoa, hey, what? No, come on. I don't think these will go back. Okay. Those curvy pieces are cool, but everyone has a limit, you know? An inanimate object can only be pushed so far before it can't be pushed anymore. Or how's the saying go? No, an inanimate object can only be pushed so far until it pushes back. So true. Won't be the end of the world, but that thing I really casually took away is gonna take a bit of concentration to put back in place. No. No, well, moot point. Look. Okay. Oh, you'll go, right? Now this is gonna be so annoying. God. Ooh. Wow. A little fucked up, but I'll take it. It's funny, like, when I first started doing this, way a long time ago, I was way happier, honestly, to just be like, yeah, I'm playing Fallout. And for these last months, like, yeah, the last, like, 2 months of playing this game have not been fun at all. It's just, no, like, this is too much. And, like I was saying, like, if there was a community around this and it was, like, a thing to be doing this, like, really giving a shit about detailed sediment builds, and I wasn't, like, in a minority of people doing that, I think it would be a totally different experience. But that's not the case. It is super uncommon to build these things. No one's really doing it, and I feel like a freak. I don't like that. I like not being a freak. And being a freak is cool, but not as good as not being a freak. And yeah, so as I'm recording this video of crafting, I'm realizing just how miserable I've been like during this time, which is technically my fun time. So like, makes a lot of sense why I'm a grumpy dude right now. And then also, this is just going all the way on YouTube. I don't give a fuck. This is my content world. Isn't it cheerful and amazing? We'll do that one for sure. Why not? You know? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No brainer. Oh, that would look cool. That might be how we leave it. Oof, that is horde. Yup. Maybe just one wall length. How do we feel about that? And then that. Snap to your roof. What is the matter? Snap to the roof. There you go. You just snap. You can't unsnap. Snap for me, baby. Alright. That is looking mighty fine. If we could get some roof through the concrete floor, that would just be in the next level placement. Excuse me, wall through floor. Wishful thinking. Although I don't even know
You're listening to Diamond
if
City
it's
Radio.
supposed to snap
If you're listening at all. Here's
in that direction. I don't think it does because... Okay, yeah, that's really not helpful. Wow. You can only snap going the other way. It makes sense, but dang, is that uncool. Oh my god. What are we doing here? that doesn't look good. That does. Wait. That's great. No, that's not. Nope. Wow. Really? Something. Oh, that's a shame. Again, something's gotta be done here. Just chill. Alright. Whoa, I've been going for an hour here. Does not feel like it. Ah, fuck. Oh, I know. Yeah, no. Aha. Look what we got. So there it is. Concrete wall, concrete wall. One more. Oh, I think I need more. This boy came to play today or what? Uh-oh. Oh, he did. Well, that's definitely alright. Fine. So, and then the real one piece of advice, everything needs to be complete. Like this little bar, this is going to be like a concession stand, right? It's going to be like a little bar in here. Hooray. This little bar thing that I'm building, that should maybe be open air, but whatever. I'll figure that out. Oh, it should definitely have glass. But anyway, so I have to complete it, right? So in this 1 hour, I designed it, Like, I didn't really know what it was gonna look like. I liked the way those roofs look, and I'm pretty stoked on how it came out. I might put down like a door or a wall here. It'd be tricky, wouldn't be that hard. And I think I will. This I'm gonna leave open just because there's no way to put anything here. It would just be a nightmare. And so that's a thing I gotta do to finish this off. So there's like 2 phases to every thing I've built so far. It's like the design phase and the finish off the design phase, because you gotta finish it. And I'm way better at just, well, it's way more fun to just kind of like casually imagine stuff as opposed to like get busy and finish the stuff you've been working on. And it takes way more time to finish it too. It's like you can't just be lazy when you're finishing it, kind of like you can when you're planning it, honestly. Okay. This is what we're working with. I feel like I sold my soul a little bit to have the easier work of just using metal. Because now it's like all metal-y, you know, I have this like metal thing, it doesn't look as good. Probably exaggerating to say I sold my soul. Drat. That was a big part of the plan there. What about my plan? If that goes, then so much else goes. Ah, what? I feel like this should work. That should go, though. Maybe from up top it will. Boy, bad luck. Sick to my stomach with them neon guts.
I hope you enjoyed that last song.
Okay. There's a 1 and a 2. Just go somewhere. Bro.
I've got some more
Da-da-da,
dudes.
da-da-da-da-da.
And I mean,
Yeah.
there's that little town of Covenant. You know the one that I mean, right? That one. Well, I guess it's empty.
Oh, that one it doesn't
It
want to
happened
do.
recently, but
Interesting.
all of a sudden there's just well, there's no one
Too
there
much, it says.
I haven't heard any
Why? Why? Maybe the
explanation,
wall.
but it
Okay,
definitely
so it can go
happened.
through the roof, but not the wall.
I hope they weren't like
Got it.
all murdered by raiders or something.
And
That
you're
would
not gonna let me put a wall here.
that would be sad.
Oh!
Colored Sky by Nat King Cole. You love
The
this
pill
movie, right?
flat to the wall. Okay, so now we gotta figure out why this doesn't want to go, but that one will. Seems a little inconsistent, if you ask me. Just, oh man, dude, you're not being cool about this at all. Your friends are all ready to go. You got a full team, and you just can't commit. Oh, I know, there's the wall. No. Maybe. Woo! Oh, but now there's no walls to... No, we should be alright. No. Man, this is where, if you're less of a perfectionist than I am, good for you. because I just obsess over the way these things look. It has to be perfect.
It must be perfect. If it isn't perfect, then there is no purpose. That's exactly how I feel. Oh, Lord.
Sick to my stomach with them neon guts. Oh, that is so handy.
People of the Commonwealth,
That is UCLA's fight song.
for years now, you have suspected that the Institute
Is-
still exists. And we are
Ain't
among
not.
you.
Oh wow, that looks
It is true.
so good.
But
Woo!
not the whole truth. We are here,
How does it feel getting shitted on? Fallout,
here to help.
stunting in every which way.
Our superior technology
Fuck.
represents the future of the Commonwealth.
No.
Today, we activate our nuclear reactor.
Boy, do I
ensuring
want
we will
that piece to go
persevere
below.
long
I
after
think it
the
can.
world above ground ceases
Oh,
to
where
exist.
am I now?
Ensuring that mankind has a future.
No reason for that to be all
We have
aloof.
no desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your daily lives. We simply insist that you do not interfere with Institute operations. To do so would result in unnecessary difficulties for all parties. Rest easy. Know that the future is
Okay, wow.
underground,
That looks rad.
and that mankind will thrive under our guidance.
And of course, ideally, I want to put a concrete wall here. It's not letting me. Here. Boom. Of course. Wishful thinking. Oh, it's the thing. So let's do. It's both. Okay. I want the walls, nor no floor. Noted. This could. Yeah. Cool. Pretty happy with that. I don't like this part of it. I might leave it for now. But this whole part is a little funky to me. This I should probably just close up. This, I might put a door, probably not because I won't put a door here, so might as well have a patio thing. And then, yeah, I'll just have all the cooking going on here. This will be like the actual kitchen. Oh, word. Yeah, and then have like a counter here, kitchen, seats and shit for like on the veranda. And then for the most part, take your fucking food out here and watch the Gladiator Brawl. See what I'm doing there? So it's like the refreshments for the stadium. Then this is gonna be like the seating's in here. There's seating below. This is a mess, but the controls for the whole thing are gonna be in here to open the cages. I'm gonna have like a control panel with like 9 switches for all the different animals, and it's gonna say, because they have that lettering too, so I'm gonna write in the lettering, release the hounds, like in The Simpsons, release the hounds, and release the Deathclaw, release the whatever, and it'll just be like a switch for whatever you want to release. And then there's gonna be grenades. So if you put the automatic baseball pitcher thing and fill it with grenades, it launches grenades. So I'm gonna have at least like 3 grenade launchers in the mix. Eventually, I want like conveyor belts with different weapons on them, just like dropping random weapons over the battlefield. Just like all types of crazy shit happening here. This is like my real favorite part, or at least this is gonna be the open-ended crafting for like, once it's all done, this is gonna be the thing I keep like fine-tuning forever, because you can never get enough crafting. Yeah, so that's going to be the control center. I am debating making it accessible for like people in the arena, so that's why that's all kind of like booby-trapped over there. I'm going to put a door. There's an elevator that goes up already, so somehow you unlock the door if you're a really smart competitor. You then get control over all the shit and can just like kill everybody and you win. And yeah, and then those are the stands there. You walk in on, I think just like I'm gonna put like airplane seats on the ground level. I don't know, it's gonna look a little weird, but like fucking whatever. I have no idea what I'm doing with the second level. I think I'm just gonna do more seating. I don't know, make it feel more stadium-like. And then this, I like could use for seating. It would look cooler if I made this seating, but I do need the space, I think, for Bad Boys. So, and I think I'm gonna get rid of this, like, this was all gonna be seating, like going around here, but I think, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of all of it, have it end here, like the pedestrian area, and yeah, have that be all. I'm gonna put more cages and then have this be all like arena competition zone. Seems to make more sense. Oh man, I'm so excited. It's weird. It really is weird. So like, at this point, if anybody's curious, like, I used to be so excited for this. Like, I still am. But it's been so long. And so many little placements and so many details, and that excitement, the thrill of the hunt, it's still there. Fuck, I'm so tired. I don't know. I'm like, yeah, this whole crafting thing has taught me a lot about the ego's role in the creative process. Wasn't so aware before. I used to be like, oh, what, little old me? I'm an artist. I like to write. I'm not very egotistical as an artist. I can be egotistical in other areas, but no, I'm so innocent. But it's like everything I dreamed up here, there was some kind of ego purchase on it. I was like, wouldn't it be fucking badass? And I've learned that. I've learned my lesson. And so yeah, it's like a balance. How much would I be willing to actually spend the time doing that versus how cool is it? How inspired does it make me? And it's only over the last couple of years I've really learned that You gotta rein in whatever. You gotta rein in the inspiration. Like, that sounds terrible, and I never would have wanted to accept that before. But I do now care to accept that. Look at all, there's so much shit. Everywhere there's a thing here, I was there for probably a long time thinking about it. Didn't think about that when I first signed up for this. I could have done anything with this time. I'm glad I did this. Don't get me wrong. I'm still really stoked and like happy. But gotta be more thoughtful. That's what I learned. Gotta plan the shit out. And that doesn't really mean like making a detailed blueprint for everything, I feel. But you just gotta know, you just gotta not waste the time, really. Like, there are certain things here where like, oh, the biggest waste of time in this entire settlement build. This factory, good fucking God. I built it in such a way that I had to move it. And there's like 2 different areas. It's built on top of the house. Like, that's one of the houses coming out of it. And then there's also like on the other end, it sinks into the dirt in a weird way. And like, whoa, it was tough to build the first time. And then I built like 2 sides of it asymmetrically, and so I had to move the whole thing. And that took forever. These 3 buildings, the cement buildings, for some reason, I built all of them with one little, I think it's because there's the small cement walls, like one little axis point off. So I've had to move before the entire front wall, the diagonal wall of the stadium, just one grid unit over, one small skinny cement wall over. I had to move this entire thing one big wall over. That was just like a major fuck up. And I will have to do something. I think I can do something kind of quirky to not have to do that on the fort, but yeah, that was the biggest, like, if I could do anything over again, I would have not made that mistake. This is going to be the Feral Ghoul Rehabilitation Program. I think I'm saving this for last just because it's not going to be, it's going to be weird no matter what I do. And like, I think I'm just going to like finish. This is going to be the thing I do to like finish strong. And what else? Wow. Hour and 12 minutes. This is my favorite part of the whole settlement. Clearly downtown, Sanktown. This is my favorite hour of day too. Just like chilling in the common area.
Thanks for your help, pal.
I need to get more settlers. That's on the list of things to do. Finish the movie theater. Oof. I would feel totally, perfectly fine about everything. Like, when I would think about this, I'd feel totally happy about everything if it wasn't for that movie theater. Like, well, it's the fort, the Coliseum thing, the Feral Ghoul thing, and the movie theater. And it's just one too many. I'm up for 3. I'm up for 3 different, oh, and the maze. So yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I could do 3. If it were 3 things left, I'd be like, 3 things. But it's 4. And all of them are pretty involved. It's gonna take so long. I'm glad I knocked out the concession stand. That means that, and that I'll just leave that like that. I think it's good enough. So that took an hour. You gotta figure another 35 to do the seating in here and on the second level. I think I want to do stadium seating too. No way, I'm not doing that. This is just gonna have chairs, I think. It's gonna look real casual. This will be like standing room only, and then I'll have like soda machines or whatever. Because I also feel like it's going to be hard for settlers to get in here, so I feel like it's good to have like a bottom area where like you know they'll actually get to have them watching. Then the restaurant here, it's like food. Well, I can put like small, just chairs I guess out here, benches and shit. Rip all that out, and that's looking done. The control room I think will be, so we got another 2 hours at least. In the stadium, this is, God knows, hang a 4-piece on it.
Boston Airport is, well, the Brotherhood airship seems
Nah, 4 hours is too much for that. 2 hours, 2 and 2.
right into it.
Which is really closing in on this here. Like it's not as much. So 2 hours, 2 hours. This is just to build the structural components, not do the
No one who can
interiors.
really stop them. We'll just hope that
This,
that
oof.
message they sent was
What do we
true,
actually
and
have to
that
do
they'll,
here?
mostly leave us alone. Okay. So,
Okay.
meantime, escapism. Let's play some
Oh
music.
Lord, this is not done.
This next one,
Oh, okay, that is
it's
figured.
Roy Brown. The song is Butcher.
I think I can close that in. So let's call that done. Just another 2. Why not? That actually, no, this is like an hour to finish all of the design, and then doing the interior is going to take a while. But so 1 hour here. Oh no, that has to be redesigned. No, actually that's going to be lower. That's going to be bigger. I have that. Just need to find a way to make that look less weird, which I'll figure that out. Alright, so this is going to be at least 2 hours to finish, if not 3. Call it 2.5. 2, 3 and 3. Yeah, not big deal. 2, 3 for that, 3 for the throw goal. This is fully done. Just needs to be designed upstairs. I've recently completed that guy. That's all done. So 3, 3, 2. Calling it a 2. 2 more here. Hours. 3, 3, 2. Haven't even started the maze, but I feel like I can knock that out in an hour just fucking around. But that could also take that could be infinite. The maze is the last thing I'll work on. Actually, no. I'll build an easy bullshit maze to call this done. And then the maze and the stadium will be the things I continually tweak once I've finished everything else. Because that's just fun. That's actual real life fun. So, in summation, 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. Fantastic. 10 hours of gameplay remaining. Not that bad. We'll see if it's actually 10. But so that's 10 just to do the structural of those things, not including the maze. And then I gotta do detail. I gotta add all types of little furniture and dicka-dicka-doo all over the place, because as like annoying as that sounds or might sound to a lot of people, there's no point in doing all of this if you're not going to build it out in full detail. So we got 10 hours plus furniture. Let's call it 1 more day of gameplay time. 1 day left. 1 day. It's already been 7. You might think, whoa, Tony, that's so inefficient. I had to learn how to do all this stuff. Crazy. Sorry I'm all grumpy. My mood will brighten soon. Oh, once my real life gets better, as my work gets better. And this is my channel, man. I can't really believe the way I've expressed myself in this video. It's like so self-conscious. But it's true to being a video gamer. It's not kind of like, oh, fucking fake. Like a lot of YouTube gamers out there. I'm not really a booby streamer. So I'm gonna sit here in my chair, smoke a cigarette. I wonder if you could smoke sitting down. I don't think I have any cigarettes. No, I'm gonna get a cigarette for this. I'm gonna log. That's it for me today, boys. Guys, girls, and ghosts. Hella ghosts. I bet you there's so many ghosts watching my live stream right now. Oh, and I do want to put one thing in a recorded video. Not that anybody's watching it, but this is so cool. This is my favorite part about the whole settlement. Makes it all worth it. So cool. Not even hard to build. I mean, I did have to, well, whatever. Self-explanatory. Man. This is actually, like, the biggest waste of time for me is just wandering around. Every game I've ever played, I end up spending so much time just like spacing out and abstractly thinking about what it would be like to be there in real life. I think that's what really like motivated me to do this, to actually build an environment I would want to be in. Especially in a game where, like, the game design makes it tough to achieve that. Oh, look, it's raining. Oh. I get my Razor scooter. Oh, man.
Such a positive guy.
That is how I feel. Because the thing is, I have done so much, and it's not really true that I'm close to being, well, no, it's true that I'm close to being finished. But, like, right at the end in sight, not necessarily. There's still, like, a lot left. I never had any idea of the scope of commitment on this thing when I first started. So dumb. Oh my god, I can't believe it, man. I really can't believe I've done this. Oh, another key time waste was when I hooked all of these lights up to an interval switch, so each one came after the other one, so an eighth of a second delay on each one, and you go into the computer monitor and set it all up. And I don't know why I did this more than once, but what would happen is the lights, sometimes the connectivity on the lights and whether or not they have electricity fucks up, and it just resets. So instead of going WELCOME, WELCOME, it would just, like, the whole sign would flash on an eighth of an interval, and I'd be like, fuck, they undid my wiring work. Like, all the interval pylons would be there, but they just wouldn't trigger. And so I redid that, like, twice before I realized, like, I should chill on this until the very end and have one final save file. That was the first moment where I was like, what have I done? I've already committed so much time to doing this. I'm going to have to actually finish at some point. Oh my god. And then, like, I did. So I had already built this wall, but then I was like, maybe I'll just do half of it. Like, maybe I'll just build half the settlement. But that's so lame because, like, you can't have buildable area you didn't even do anything to. And so given that I was going to do something to the buildable, like my first thing, maybe I still have them in here. No. So the first thing I did in these houses was just booby trap them, and that was my way of like building a settlement. I was like, the first houses look like you can just roll in there, but really it's a defense mechanism. And so this part is walled off. Like the wall was here. This is before I built this, and it was walled off, and it was like that. I had built the big tall thing, I think, by that point. I hadn't built the greenhouse, so it just kind of looked skimpy. It was like a tiny little settlement. And then these houses out here, I was like, I'll deal with that by making them booby trapped, and then it'll be done. And it just looked really lame. I was like, fuck, alright, I have to build the whole thing in order for it to have the effect that I want. And thankfully, like, I didn't even know, and I was like, and if I do that, it might still look and feel lame, like I haven't made anything substantial. Like, damn it, no. And I can say, thankfully, I have satisfied myself here. Like, this feels massive, it feels like a city, and I'm really happy with it, the way it looks now. And I think I'm going to be even happier with it when I'm all the way done. The real thing it's missing now is, like, detail, like those enter signs and stuff. Like, this thing, most of, like, the kind of, like, stylistic, not just structural choices, are just, like, slapped up. Like, that sign, I was like, oh, I think it might be cool if I put a marquee here. That light, for example, I was just like, I might leave that, I might do that, and I think it looks great. But if you're thinking that, Jesus Christ, this guy's out of his mind, like, he thinks about all of this stuff way too much, that is probably true. Like, I agree with you in that. I've kind of learned that about myself through this process. This, though, is my favorite part of the whole settlement, not gonna lie. So you gotta, sometimes it doesn't trigger, but whoop. And then this, when it's working, is a tripwire that sets this off. So the tripwire sets off the Yao-Wai cage, and you probably are going to be like, oh shit, and run away from the Yao-Wai when you see it. And so you come in, it's like, you got this, Yao-Wai. And then you run in here, there's a flamethrower, lights you up, and then mutant hounds come out of there. And it's just like, you're getting fucked. And then if you survive, this will be like a healing area, like, congratulations, you're not dead. But now you have to fight as a gladiator. Grab some weapons. Fuck. Another tripwire, and then that triggers all these cages. I'm going to put some gunner cages over there, like in this corner, and just whatever. Like, this is where I'll just redesign it over and over again, and I feel like this will be a lot of fun, and have just, like, awesome gladiatorial contests up in here. Oh, it's going to be so sick. It's so real. It's like a real place, but it's not at all. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know, like, why I did this. There's something about this not being legit. Like, it's not legit to spend all your time doing this. It's like a fuckboy errand. Like, it's just not cool. But isn't it, though? Like, I feel like it is. I feel like I hit some level here where, like, it became cool. Like, I went so hard and just head first into Nerdland. If I could, like, open my eyes all the way like I used to be able to do before I started doing this, I'd feel a lot better about myself. That, by the way, the cost to totally intentionally living your life in, like, a fake environment not that I haven't had experiences outside this fake environment, but this fake environment has been my primary interface with reality. Well, no, that's not even true, because I spent 7 days of the last year doing it, so year and a half. So that's not really like, it's probably 8 at this point, closer to 8. But that's not really like a good reflection of it. But this has been like my primary lived experience for the last year and a half. This game. Don't feel good about that. And frankly, I'm just gonna say, even though I'm a huge fan of video games and video gaming and will be for a long time, I think that's where video games are right now. Like, video game developers, players, for the longest time, because of the technological limitations, could just be open-ended in our love for video games. It's like, oh, just so much love, like I'll just do anything. Yeah, I'll play that, I don't care, sounds great. Anything that doesn't sound like it sucks, I'll love it. If it sucks though, sometimes these guys make like deliberately shitty games to like take advantage of how much I love them, and that's not cool. I don't like that, so I don't love those games. But anything else, I love that shit. That was my attitude for a long time. I think that was a lot of people's attitude for a long time. And at some point, everything changed IMHO because it got so realistic. Graphics got so good, and these games got so deep to where like a Skyrim was like, whoa, okay, you can do this. You guys can do this now. Congratulations. This feels somewhere in between a real life and like an animal level existence. Like, you guys have somewhere in the process constructed something that like is equal to some kind of life. Like, not a human life, but is, wow, the value here is tremendous. And that's where I feel like, first of all, I personally, and everyone started getting really excited, like, holy shit, like, elements of these games are on par with a real lived existence. Like, the VR thing, it's like the virtual reality is becoming very convincing and not altogether unpleasant. Wow, 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 wow. Didn't think this would happen. Thought I was just maybe wasting all of my time with video games from a little kid. Happy to find out that's not the case. Oh yeah, Ready Player One. Come on that. Let's go. Yes, I love it. And like, that's where that's where things have been for a while. But the kind of other side to that coin that I feel like is what I'm talking about now and people are dealing with now is like, yes, this is true. You get a lot out of these games, but you have to invest yourself minute by minute. And what is the math on that? Like, what's the economy of lived experience put into game, lived experience returned out from game? And I think there's this true, yes, it's sick. You get a lot out of it. You get more than nothing out of it, which is like a lot of people, like my grandpa, both grandpas, were like, fuck those games. You get nothing out of it. And so I was like, that's not true and you know it. You just came in, you thought ESPN was on, but it was me playing Madden. Come on, bro. You know there's something to this. And he's like, fuck, I know, I'm right. You're right. I'm a math teacher. I have to admit that I like this a lot with my brain. But dude, it's going to fuck you up. And I was like, I know, but I can't not let it. And this is true of games. But so I think, so now my grandpa's looking kind of smart because he's like, see, Tony, you invested 8 days here. And think about all of what, for real, like all of the energy that I put into this settlement, which I didn't even learn any coding. I did get better, I feel like, at learning coding separately and other time investment because I spent so much time just designing a artificial environment. And I feel like this time was helpful from an educational point of view, but wasteful in a lot of ways. So that's where I think in the future, it's just developers are going to be coming up with more efficient methods, like more efficient blends of do this with your time, get this much out of it, as opposed to like, do this with your time because it's a video game and that's what you do, and you'll see how much you get out of it. Like, that's how it's been, I feel like, for the entire industry's history up to now. And there's this kind of like quantum shift that's happened, which is like, I now assume I can do whatever. Like, you've proven to me with a few titles that anything is possible. I can do any kind of role playing that can literally be imagined. But now I don't know what I actually want to do because I'm still a person. And like, yo, I don't know. I'm excited to find that out. And the point is, especially because I'm an adult now, so I think that's kind of my own, a lot of this is my own kind of coming of age. But yeah, how much of myself I'm willing to invest in games used to be pretty unlimited if it was a cool concept. Like Fallout is a really cool concept to me. Not the perfect, coolest concept, but cool. And yeah, so figuring out, actually calculating, like, how much do I want to care about this game? It's going to be tough to figure out, I think. I'm not really there yet. But it's something I'm going to be doing in the future for sure. Because it's 7:16 and now I got to go to work. Can't just be burning the candle at both ends forever, you know? Make another coffee. I'm a little disappointed that I spilled my first one. I've thought about doing all the time. Just do a whole day of vlogging and like intermittently address the camera or not. It's interesting to me vlogging because I actually, in terms of my tastes, like what I'm creating right now, like this kind of vlogging is super interesting to me. Like I love like if I saw someone else doing this on YouTube, I'd really fuck with it. Cause like, but I feel like it takes a long time to get to a place where this type of content is interesting. To take a vlog that's out there that I watch sometimes is like No Jumper. You know, I listen to hip hop. I like hip hop. I don't love Adam, frankly. Not that I'm just so antisocial for like. But Adam's cool. Adam's a cool guy for sure. He's also kind of prick sometimes. Like I can't believe he gets away with saying a lot of shit he says. But like that's a example of a vlog where it's like I'm cool. I'm a cool guy. I had like a BMX company, and now I'm like in the hip hop industry. So watch me be cool around LA. It's like, oh, I get that, bro. I see your store on Melrose all the time. Been shopping there since I was a little kid on Melrose, buying kind of like hip hop themed clothes and shit. Good on you. Way to go, Adam. But like I feel like all the kids who watch those vlogs are like really not aware of how cool Adam really is or is. Like I see him a lot of the time at nightclubs I go to, and I'm like, that's Adam. He's not a celebrity. But then the video channel fucking makes it seem like, well, no, it's like it's all okay. Whatever thousands of people, because like I've fucked myself communicationally right now, and I sound like such a hater, which I am a hater. That's true, but it's not as bad as it sounds. So what I'm saying is, I like the vlogging aspect of Adam's vlogs, the way where it's just like, hey, this is what my real life looks like. And I'm not looking for him to be very cool. Like, I don't care if he went to like Chuck E. Cheese and played arcade games. That actually sounds pretty lit for a vlog. Like, he should do that. Take his like girlfriend with the big butt. And he should, but anyway. Like that's what I like about the vlogs. Is just like the kind of like nerdy normcore-ness. And that's what I get out of it. So like I would be down to just like listen to somebody talk. Like, hey, that's why I like it. Is like just the unrehearsed quality to it, where it feels like you're watching real life. But I think what needs to happen, at least what's happened in my case, before you get there in terms of taste, is you have to like have watched so much cool content of like things that you think are cooler than you, not just like some normal shit that happens in day-to-day life, but like action hero Jean-Claude Van Damme, Rocky, Avatar, and fantasize about what that would be like enough to like fantasize role playing into somebody with more power than yourself for long enough, and to build up enough real power of your own self to like be confident just like watching some normal crunchy shit. And I've had friends, for example, like for years have just been way more into